Hello, welcome to another episode. In this video, we are going to look at troubleshooting VLAN trunking. As you know, building networks sometimes could be very easy, but as your network grows, sometimes managing it becomes very difficult, especially if a problem happens in the network and then services are down, people aren't working, your desk phone is ringing, and people are banking on you to fix the network for works to continue. So here we're going to look at some problems that could occur in your switch networks. So here in our topology, we have three VLANs, VLAN 10, 20, and VLAN 30. All right. So PCs in the same VLAN should communicate, but we are going to look at a scenario whereby PC0 in VLAN 20 cannot communicate to PC5 in the same VLAN, which is VLAN 20 on the 192.168.20.0/29 subnets. Okay, so if you pull our command prompt from that PC and try to ping the PC5, which is 192.168.20.5, we can see that packets are dropped and no response are coming through as the pings display the output here, request timeout. Okay, so there are so many things that can cause this, but first of all, to begin with, troubleshooting this issue is to check and verify that the PCs are configured with the IP address in the same subnets. So here I will go back to PC0 and verify the IP configurations on the command line ipconfig, and here I can see that the PC is given an IP address 192.168.20.3 and /29. So let me go to PC5 and also verify the IP address that is configured on that PC as well with the IP config command. And now here you can see PC5 also is configured 192.168.20.5/29. So here we know that they are both in the same subnet with the correct IP addresses. So the next thing is we verify that both PCs are assigned the correct VLANs respectively on their ports. That should be VLAN 20. So okay, we look at first of all PC0 that is connecting to switch 1 and verify that FA0/3, which is connecting PC0 on that switch, is assigned to VLAN 20. So to do that, we go to the switch command prompts and display the running configurations on that port. So if you scroll down to port FA0/3, here we can see that FA0/3 is an access port and is also assigned to a VLAN 20 with the sweep mode access VLAN command. All right, so we do the same thing to the port that is connecting PC5 on switch 3 port FA0/14. Okay, we go to that switch and so display the running configurations and we verify the port configurations under FA0/14. Here we can also see that FA0/14 is an access port, and of course it is also assigned to VLAN 20. Okay, now the next thing is to verify that trunk links are formed between these two switches connecting these computers, that is PC0 and PC5. The switches are switch 1 and switch 3. So verify that trunk links are formed. So one of the fastest way to test that as well, it could be using or doing a ping command from on the PCs that are connecting via these switches and different VLANs. For example, we ping from PC1 to PC4, which are in VLAN 30. So I will go to PC1 and on the command prompt, ping the IP address of PC4, 192.168.30.4, and we can see that reply is going through. So that means trunk link is formed through the switches that are interconnected. So our next step is to verify that trunk links are configured to allow VLAN 20, because PC0 and PC5 are in VLAN 20. That is the interface on G0/1 on switch 1, G0/1 on switch 2, and 0/2 on both switch 2 and switch 3. So we go to first of all switch 1 and verify the trunk configuration on the trunk link, that's G0/1. If you scroll down here, you can see the G0/1 is allowing VLAN 1, 10, and 30. So that means VLAN 20 is not added because this VLAN was newly added to the switch network. So we have to first of all go there and add this new VLAN on the trunk link. So interface G0/1 on this interface switch port trunk allowed switch port trunk allowed VLAN. We say add 20. Okay, so now if you go back there, we should see that VLAN 20 is added on this trunk link. Okay, we scroll to G0/1, and now we should see that VLAN 20 is added. Okay, we verify that the other switches also have VLAN 20 added in the trunk links. Here we can see both G0/1 and G0/2 don't have VLAN 20 added in the trunk link. So we can do that quickly. Go to global configuration modes, interface range, G0/1 to 2, 3 port trunk, allowed VLAN, add 20, plus VLAN 20. So that will be added for both trunk links on the port connecting to switch 1 and the one connecting on switch 2. So finally, we add that on the gigabit 0/2 on switch number 3. Switch port trunk allowed VLAN at 20. Okay. So now let's go and test that our PC0 is able to ping PC5. So if these were the only issues, our ping should work. Because here you can see our ping was failing when you ping from PC 0 is .3 to .5. So I'm going to recall the command and ping again. So it seems that our ping is still not working, and we can verify more steps if this doesn't work. The other thing is we check that all the switches have VLAN 20 created in them, because if these switches are not created with this VLAN, so they will not be able to propagate information about that VLAN. Okay, so we display the VLAN informations on this switch. Here we are in switch 1, and we can see that this switch has VLAN 10, 20, and 30 created. Okay, so we go to the next switch, that's switch number 2, and display the VLAN information. Here you can see VLAN 10, 30, and 300. So VLAN 20 is not created. So we can now create this VLAN in the command VLAN 20. Okay, so we can name it as HR, name HR. Okay, we can also verify that switch 3 has a VLAN created. So VLAN command. And here you can see VLAN 20 is there as the HR VLAN. So now let's ping again from our PC0 to PC5 and see if that will work. Very good. So here you can see the pings is replying well. So that means the issue was two things. One, the VLAN was not added in the trunk link, and also this VLAN 20 was not created in switch number 2. So the next problems here we are going to look at is PC1, which is in VLAN 30, is able to communicate to PC4. As you can see, that ping command from 30.1 to 30.4, which is the IP address of PC4, is working fine, but PC1 cannot ping PC3, and they are also in the same VLANs. So if you ping the IP address of PC3 with 30.3, that one ping packets are dropping. So here again, the first thing is we verify that both PCs are configured with the same IP address in the same subnets. Okay, with the IP config command, and now you can see this one as 30.1/29. So if you go to PC3, which is the next computer, we can also verify that that PC is configured with the correct IP address in the same subnet. And of course, it's also in the same subnet 30.3/29. So what could be the other problem? We verify that both PCs are assigned in the correct VLANs. They are assigned in the correct VLANs. So first of all, we know that PC1 is communicating with PC4. So then that PC must be in the correct VLAN. So next we check PC3 is port FA0/10 connecting to that and verify that the port is configured in the right VLAN. So we can use the show command, show run command. And now we go down to port 10, and here you can see port 10 is configured. Port 10 is configured as an access port, but assigned to a VLAN 300, and it is supposed to be in VLAN 30. Okay, so we can fix this. We go to that interface in global configuration mode, interface fa0/10 switch port access VLAN 30. Okay, save that configurations. And now if you go back and recall our ping command from PC1 to PC3, so that ping should be working or responding. So remember here it was dropping when we ping from 30.1 to 30.4, which is to 30.3 here, which is PC3, but 30.4 was working. So let's try to ping again from PC1 to PC3. As you can see, this port is trying to synchronize as well. 30.3. There we go. So here you can see our ping is replying very well. So those are some of the most common issues that you can have in your VLAN and trunking configurations in a switch network. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and click the like button and the bell notification to receive more videos as we upload them in the future. Thanks for watching and see you next time.